I don't get in contact with them. They get in contact with me, and they normally get in contact with me through their tablets. They got tablets in prison. They got payphones that they could reach out to me, and that's how we're able to make that connection. I want to low key see if my sister is there any way I could. I don't know. I'm not understanding the question. Oh yeah, that's es bueno ese. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna get you a lot. Just watch them roll in here. Hey, gracias. Hey, if you guys ever have any family members that show up to court, hey, tell them to give me a shout out when they're up there. Be like, hey, what's up? Hey, shout out to the collect call James, if you will. Hey, what up, Jenna? How's it going? Highly appreciated. How is everybody doing today? Where are you guys tuning in from? What part of the world? What state? What city? What county? What country? What continent, if you will? Hey, Jenna, thank you. Hey, Jenna just got the number 3 gift badge. We got Deidre coming in from Arizona. We got Georgia. Hey, thank you for those 12 roses. London, Colorado, Wales, UK. Because I know her court date, and I'm just curious to see on here. Sorry for the no. Oh, so this here, this is this is the initial appearance. So this court is only for people that just got picked up. If she's going to court, then those I don't stream. I just do the initial appearances in Canada. Hey, what up, Sierra? Lincoln, Linkshire, UK, Alabama, de Massachusetts, pero vivo en Nuevo Mexico, Sydney, Australia, UK, Washington State, Pittsburgh. Hey, what up, Eric? Eric Martinez coming from LA
You may
County.
be seated.
Awa. Drop one, flush one. San Antonio, Texas, Kansas City, Phoenix, Arizona.
Good evening. This is the time set for the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for April 2nd, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the first of this month's calendar will apply to all matters on this calendar. I am going to be calling you all up to the podium one by one, where I'm going to ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then advise you as to why you're here, whether or not an attorney has been appointed to you, what your upcoming court dates are, what your bond is if you're eligible for bond, and what your release conditions will be. Some of you may have questions while I'm giving you this advisement. I would ask that you hold your questions until that advisement is completed. I would also caution you that you should keep your questions as to release conditions only. Any legal questions you have, you should probably save for your attorney. At this time, I'm going to call Mr. Sweeney to the podium, and Mr. Eli, if you will please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Brian Sweeney, 7/14/1965.
You were here today because you have a grand jury warrant where you were charged with the following.
Weeks. Damn, man. Hopefully you get better.
You were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a class 4 felony. The date of these alleged offenses is June 19th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have an arraignment hearing on April 9th at 8:30. You also have an evidentiary hearing on April 9th at 1:30 because you are not eligible for bond today because you were on felony release at the time that the alleged offense occurred. So the issue of bond will be determined at your evidentiary hearing. So that takes care of everything that I have to advise you of this evening. If you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Eli, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Jones, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Precautionary toilet flush.
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Kevin Eli, April 12, 1996.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause as to both counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30, and you will have a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. If you are able to post bond, you'll be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim or victims, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. You will be permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. If you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with these release conditions or to appear for your court dates will result in any bond that you post being forfeited, a warrant will be issued, and additional bond could be imposed. That takes care of everything that I need to advise you of at this time. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Jones, will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. James, will you please have a seat in the chair?
If you're asking me about those county shirts, they're real. Those county shirts are real. They're not homemade.
Well, sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Yes, Keith Jones, date of birth is 4/4/91.
Hello, you are here today. I need one moment. There's something else I wanted to look at.
Okay.
This is the Maricopa County. Maricopa County, Arizona. What up, Renee B?
You were here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30, and you will have a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. If you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services on electronic monitoring. In addition, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the residence. You are permitted one civil standby with law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. If you fail to comply with the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court date will result in any bond that you post being forfeited. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. That takes care of everything that I need to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, if you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
That's right.
Mr. James, will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. Romero, Romero, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
I'm Matthew James, December 5th, 91.
You are here today because you have a violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on April 9th at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you do need to attend your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond that you post will be forfeited. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. That takes care of everything that I need to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Romero, will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. Rukundo, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Dimitri Romero, 12/20/1994.
You are here today because a grand jury charged you with 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, alleged to have occurred on June 5th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You do have an arraignment hearing on April 9th at 8:30. The warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. That's really essentially a placeholder bond. I understand that you're in DOC custody. The bond will allow you to continue to earn credit. while you're here in our custody because you will remain here until the matter is complete, and then you'll return to DOC. So that takes care of everything that I have to advise you of. If you have any questions for me.
What else?
I did have a question as far as
Thank you.
So I'm currently serving a life sentence in Department of Corrections. I'm trying to see, is it possible to get OR'd and then just do like telephonic instead of having to post a bill, or is that something that
you can't get OR'd when you're in?
So I would have to post a bill regardless?
No, there's not an expectation that you're going to post the bond, because even if you post the bond, you wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I want to go back to DOC. I don't want to be in this.
My understanding how they do things here is that when you're in DOC custody and you get a new charge, you stay in MCSO custody so that case is resolved, and then you return to DOC.
So there's no way to pay the bond and go back to the prison?
That's not my understanding.
All right, but I would get, so the time that I'm here, I would be getting.
You're still getting credit.
You ain't going nowhere.
Because the only two things that would happen is that
whether you're locked up in
I would order a bond and you could get credit, or I could order you not bondable, and I'm not sure that you would be getting credit for your time while you're here.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Is this live, you ask? Is this
Mr.
live?
Macedo, if you will please come into the courtroom, and Mr. Holmes, if you'll please have a seat in the chair. Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Kundo Bartolome, my first April 7, 1997.
You are here today because you have a violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on April 9th at 8:30. The probation warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond that you post would be forfeited. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. That takes care of everything that I have to advise you of this evening. If you have any questions for me, if you will step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
If it's cutting out for you, you probably want to go in and out. What up, James? What up, C?
Mr. Holmes, will you please come into the courtroom?
Is this my favorite judge? Mark. Why is some of them in street clothes? Because they just got picked up. They were just arrested within the last few hours. So they didn't come prepared, if you will.
So he's
it's fine for me.
Okay.
I did. Jump to the other stream. I got another stream running on TT. Jump to the other one. Check if the other one's better for you. Mark said it's live.
So there's no oral homes back there?
Lying.
We were just told he was released.
These are arrangement. Arrangement.
Okay, that's one thing. So I will just go ahead and call Mr. Lalicata. If you'll please come into the courtroom.
Arrest.
And Mr. Nash.
Hey, thank you.
If you'll please have a seat in the chair. I need to figure out what we're doing there with that.
I didn't know you go live in the evening. Hey, I go live all of the time. Just pass the word, if you will. They haven't made it through the process yet. Some may be going home immediately up and low from Frank. Hey, what up, Frank? Where you been, man? Haven't seen you.
John Lalicata, 12266.
Thank you. You were here today because you have one warrant for failing to appear for your court date. You have a warrant out of Westminster. Do you remember at the beginning when I asked you to hold your questions until I completed? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, hold
so
that,
you have a warrant for failing to appear for a court date. You have a warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court. You have looks like you have a direct complaint that was filed.
Damn, Grandpa.
And you have a warrant out of San Marcos Justice Court. So we're first going to talk about the direct complaint. You were charged with 2 counts of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The date of the alleged offenses is June 7th of 2023. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30, and the direct complaint had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. And then as to your warrant for failing to appear for your court date, an attorney was already appointed to represent you in that matter. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for April 10th at 8:30, That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. As to your warrant out of West Mesa Justice Court, I did appoint an attorney to represent you in that matter. You do have an arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. Hold on a second. So I think that takes care of all of you. So between all of your matters, you have a total secured appearance bond.
Shave it off.
Could I get that OR?
Sound like my wife.
You don't get to get an OR when you fail to appear for your court
Well, I
date.
want to explain why I did.
Hello
When I
from
went to the court
Nicaragua. Hey,
the
what's
second
up,
time
Xavier?
for
Where
the
you been,
preliminary
man?
hearing, they evacuated the building. I was coming from Mesa on the bus,
in the house.
and so I got back on the bus to go back to Mesa, and she had called me mid-bus and said, you have to be back here in an hour.
Thank you.
I tried to turn around and get back on the bus in an hour, and I didn't make it.
Did your attorney tell you to leave for the day?
My attorney, I was there at 9 o'clock, and she never spoke to me till 11:30. I had a witness with me and everything for what was going on, and then she didn't call me until 3:30 later that day because the bus thing was appointed. There were cops running in front of us to get out of the building. That's how scared I was that the building may blow up. So when I got on the bus,
Okay, I'm going to stop you right now because I'm looking that your warrant was issued in May of 2024. So you had a warrant for almost a year and you just didn't think to take care of your case at all?
I didn't know what to do because I didn't ever been in that position before. I thought
I'm going to tell you that you're not really going to get the benefit of the doubt with me because every single 3 out of your 4 matters of your warrants are all because you failed to appear to court.
Because of that one day.
That is not just one day.
You can't allow me, Judge. I just started a new job.
So we're done.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Hey, so they make money
Mr.
moving
Nash,
bodies
will you
around
please come
from
into the
prison to county.
courtroom? And Mr. Elam, if you'll please have a seat in the chair.
If that makes any sense. Tonka.
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Here's Nash, March 2nd, 1982.
You were here today because a warrant was issued for your arrest when you failed to appear for your court date. You already had an attorney appointed to represent you in this matter. You have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you do need to attend your court dates. If you fail to attend your court dates, any bond that you post will be forfeited. Another warrant will issue for your arrest and additional bond will be imposed. That takes care of everything that I have to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, you may stop to your left.
Am I eligible for pre-trial services or no?
So, I'm just going to tell you this. You're here. If you didn't hear me the first time, a warrant was issued because you failed to appear for a court date. And I know that when you were here before, you were told that if you failed to appear for a court date, a warrant will be issued for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. So you're in the bond being imposed phase now. Okay, so if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you guys for confirming you could hear me. You can't hear the court?
Mr. Elam, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Brown, will you please have a seat in the chair?
The sound should be working. No audio
Well,
besides
sir, will you
me.
please
What the what?
state your first last name and your date of birth?
Justin Ray Elam, 4583.
We've been on for 18 minutes.
You were here today on a probation violation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation possible disposition hearing on April 9th, 8:30. The warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $900. It is essentially a placeholder bond. I'm not sure where you're at because I didn't get a lot of information other than I know that you're in DOC custody. So the bond will allow you to continue to get credit for your time while you're here. Once
you're on the
your
vertical
matter is
stream? You're on
resolved
the
here, you
vertical
would be
stream, aren't
returned
you?
to DOC.
The vertical. Oh shit! Hold on. It's not connected.
Mr. Brown, will you please come into the courtroom? And Ms. Lopez, will you please have a seat in the chair? Hello, sir.
Hi, Judge.
Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth for me?
Drew Brown, 21584.
Thank you. You were here because a direct complaint was filed where you were charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 2 felony.
Oh, my daughter disconnected. She was right here sitting in the chair.
Narcotic drug for sale, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. The date of the alleged offenses is January 28th of 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing, excuse me, on April 10th at 8:30. You do have a security appearance bond in the amount of $50. It's a placeholder bond. I understand that you're in DOC custody. That will allow you to continue to accrue credit for your time while you're here in MCSO custody. Once your matter is resolved here, you will return to DOC custody. So that takes care of everything that I have to advise you of today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
What up,
Thank you, miss.
Just
Ms. Lopez, will you please come into the courtroom? And Ms. Cook, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Marissa Lopez, June 25th, 1983.
You are here because you have a violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on April 9th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. If you are able to post bond, you do need to appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond that you post will be forfeited. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I have to advise you of. If you will please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Always live, never a jive. That's right. I like that, Lily.
Judith Cook.
What was her charge?
I understand.
I'm easily distracted. I didn't catch it. Hey, if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. What's up? Hook me up. Give me to that 10,000 followers or 10,000 followers. You need to get to that creative fund, if you will. Google Bell Grounded Detention Center for Immigration. All right, I will. Xavier PN. Hit that follow button, if you will. It's free 99, man. If you guys ain't following, you guys are watching. It's like you guys are stealing something that I'm giving away for free. Let me see. Make money 22379. That's right, Mad Dog 2020 for everybody in the court today. I highly appreciate it, Mad Dog. Make money. Is that it already? Is court over? Damn, 22 minutes today, man. People need to start picking up the pace and pick up these cases. If he gets to the creative fund, he can quit his job and stay home at night and share life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do. Like, hey, I don't need this stinking job. Toma. My new favorite TV show. No, she just left. She just called someone up. Okay, people need to get arrested. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Oh, snap. They put the whippersnapper on the walker. Cheating Gators. Woo. They should have wheeled him in. Come on now. That fool, he could barely walk. They should have put him on a wheelchair, wheeled him in. Now, how long is it going to take us for the next hearing now?
Hello.
My name is Judith Ann Cook Spry. My birthday is 8/27/1951.
Cheating Gators, his granny.
Ms. Cook, you are here today because you have a warrant out of Peoria Municipal Court. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You have an arraignment hearing on April 8th at 9 a.m. I gave you a placeholder bond in the amount of $50. I believe you were here earlier on something else, and when I reviewed your case, it looked like you were being held on probation violations.
Right.
So the placeholder bond is just to make sure that you get transported to your court date if you are still in custody.
Okay.
Okay?
Is she picking her nose?
So if you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you appear for your court date. If you fail to appear, any bond that you posted will be forfeited, and another warrant would issue for your arrest, and you'd be subject to additional bond. Okay?
Later.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, now we gotta wait for her to make her grand exit, if you will. The whippersnapper should have given me a wheelchair. How dare they do granny like this? I'm not gonna make them any freshly baked cookies with love and methany, if you will. Chat got me dead and you too. Oh no! Hey, what she didn't even do? I was too distracted. I wasn't even paying attention. 10 months later, if you will. Damn, granny on probation. She didn't learn. She probably put up with too much from her husband and snapped. Wonder if she make it to chat on time. Poor granny stashed the candy in her walker. I'm laughing way too loud. Hey, you're gonna wake up abuelita, man. What's up? Violation of
The court needs
probation.
to make a record of the following.
Not the loving
Pearl
methany cookies.
Holmes.
Hey, just so you see, hey, crime knows no age and no age and gender, if you will. If you're a criminal, you're a criminal.
Okay.
They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, if you
Pearl
will.
Holmes, date of birth, October 5th, 1994, was here for two matters, for two violations of probation. The court has been informed that Mr. Holmes was released from custody prior to today's hearing, so the court would not be seeing him on the 8
Hey, she probably missed pill call because she came to
he is
court.
not in custody.
Man, she didn't get her gabapentin, her insulin. Man, her blood sugar levels are going to be through
Mr.
the
Power,
roof.
will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. Vincent, will you please have a seat in the chair?
Man, what this about to
Hello,
do?
sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Billy Power, 12497.
You are here today for three matters. You have a warrant out of Hacienda Justice Court.
Not the gabapentin.
You have a warrant out of Surprise Municipal Court. And then you have a child support warrant.
She gonna be having that
On your
neuropathy
child
pain.
support warrant, you would not be entitled to an attorney in that matter because it's civil in nature. That warrant has a purge amount of $500. So you will not be released from custody until you pay that amount, or you would be seen at your return hearing on April 4th at 10 a.m. As to your warrant at a Surprise Municipal Court, I appointed an attorney to represent you on that matter. You have an arraignment hearing on April 8th at 1:30. That warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $300. And then for your warrant out of Hacienda Justice Court, I appointed an attorney to represent you in that matter. You have an arraignment hearing on April 7th at 8:30. And you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. So between your three cases, you have a total.
I needed this tonight. I love nightlives. Sierra, that's right, Sierra. Hell yeah. Hey, what up, hot? Hey, where you been, hot mess? Damn, you been MIA all day, if you will. We're gonna have to give you a failure to appear.
$1,050. If you are able to post your bond, it is important that you attend all your court dates. If you fail to appear, any bond that you post will be forfeited. Warrants will be issued for your arrest again, and additional bonds would be imposed.
Hey, there's no excuses.
That takes care of everything that I have to advise you of.
If Granny made it to court on a walker, you're expected to be here, if you will. Eastside Phoenix. Hey, what up, Corda? Where you been, man?
Vincent, if you will please come into the courtroom.
What's good, bro? Grandma gonna be teaching and playing bingo with the other inmates.
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
My name is Roy Vincent. My date of birth is 2159.
That's right. Hey, you got it.
You are here today because a direct complaint was filed. You were charged with one count of aggravated driving or actual physical control while under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drugs, a class 4 felony. The date of this alleged offense is September 2nd of 2022. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You will have a status conference hearing on April 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 21st at 8:30.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make
I'm
a
inclined
walker
to release
emoji
you
now.
to pretrial services. You must promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, I do.
If you fail to appear for your court dates, a warrant will be issued for your arrest and a bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you'll step to your left,
Thank you.
the officers will give you your paperwork. Korean? Are we trying to get the interpreter?
Oh man, we got the Timu interpreter coming. Who did that? They picked up man. Hey, they probably rounded up all the slow ones. That's what it is. Hey, today was you know, like in LA they used to have crash. They used to have crash unit on Tuesdays and Thursdays. In Maricopa County, they got what day is it today? Tuesdays? It's today's Wednesday. Man, they be having the granny pickup or grandpa pickup on Wednesday. So hey, let your people know. Hey, be on the lookout, abuelito. If you got any warrants, they might be come picking you guys up. We just heard about it on CollectCallFrom. It's hot. The block is definitely hot in Tucson or Maricopa County, if you will. Hey, I bet Granny can make some good dishes in there. I bet that old man was belligerent with the cops and acting off. It's cold outside in NH. Let me see. Trump over here snatching up old people, people centers, putting old people in jail, senior citizens. Walker Wednesday. Damn it. Ain't nobody safe. Hey, ain't nobody safe right now. Undocumented, documented, old, young. It's a free for all right now in the calles. Proceed with caution. Proceed with extreme caution. Golden oldies Wednesdays. Walker Wednesday. What are we watching? They're getting everybody right now. They're getting the easy ones right now. They're getting the people that can't get away, and the ones that have no voice. But it's gonna 10% discount Wednesday on senior citizens.
Thank you. The next matter will require your
It's a
assistance.
job interview.
Mr. Baraciaga, if you'll please come into the courtroom.
Collect call from the elderly.
Señor Baraciaga, ¿puede usted venir al cuarto, a la sala?
She got hemmed up. Yeah. I'm have to for this. I'm have to make
So,
a.
sir,
I'm have to make
can you
an
please
icon.
state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Hola,
Marcos
señor, por
Caballero.
favor, ¿me puede usted decir?
I love these
¿Me puede
lives.
decir usted su nombre, apellido y su fecha de
I
nacimiento?
think this might get me canceled.
Marcos Caballero, 19 de mayo del 79.
Marcos Caballero, May 19th, 1979.
Mr. Baraciaga, because
Verse
you've
48,
requested an
the
interpreter,
outraged elders.
you do have to wait for the interpreter to interpret for you before you respond.
Thank you for the late
Señor Baraciaga, porque usted solicitó un intérprete, usted necesita
I'll buy that for
esperar
$1.
que el intérprete le interprete lo que digo para que usted pueda responder.
Xavier, thank you for that one rose. For that
You are here
second
on a new
rose.
case.
Usted está acá en un caso nuevo.
You've been charged with one count of taking the identity of another, a Class 4 felony.
Damn. Sanford and Son
Usted está
Wednesday
siendo
special.
acusado de haber tomado la identidad de otra persona, lo cual es una felonía.
Can you get
And one
the
count
dad's
of false
jury
reporting
trial?
to law enforcement, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
También se está siendo acusado por haber reportado falsamente al oficial, a los oficiales de la policía, lo cual también es una acusación de menor peso.
I did find probable cause as to both counts.
También he encontrado casos probables en ambas acusaciones.
I did appoint an attorney to represent you.
He nombrado un abogado para que los represente.
You will have a status conference hearing on April 17th at 8:30.
Usted va a tener una audiencia para saber del estatus el día 17 de abril.
We get this
You will
guy a
have a
lot.
preliminary hearing on April 21st at 8:30.
Tendrá una audiencia preliminar en el día 21 de abril a las 8:30.
I am inclined to release you to pretrial services.
Estoy inclinándome a dejarlo hasta la audiencia, dejarlo libre hasta la audiencia del pretrato, adopción.
You do have to promise to appear for your court date.
Usted debe de presentarse para la fecha del día de la corte.
Do you promise to appear
Hey,
for
what
your
up,
court
Andy?
date?
¿Usted promete venir para la
dijo?
fecha de la corte?
No sé.
Yes.
Yes.
It is his first
Failure
language
to
is
comply
Spanish.
with your release conditions or to appear for your court date.
Si usted falla en venir a la corte ese día o con las órdenes de la corte
will result in a warrant issuing for your arrest.
Esto daría paso a la orden de su arresto
And a bond being imposed.
y una fianza la cual se le impondría.
Do you understand?
¿Usted entiende esto?
Yes, sí.
Yes.
If you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
Por favor, vaya hacia la izquierda y el oficial le va a dar sus documentos.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Maricopa is in Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, if you will.
So we need to start clearing people out.
Oh, hey, just a heads up. Normally when they clear it out, it means that it's something bad. So if you have trauma and you don't like to hear like people with like doing things with animals or children or things of that nature, it'll probably be best for you to exit.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you.
I live in Maricopa County. So hey, you've been warned. You've been warned. Don't say I didn't warn you guys. There's normally some bad stuff. Like somebody not registering when they move, human trafficking. Now we have the trash coming in. Hey, thank you for the follow, Bluma. Highly appreciate it. I'm gonna roll it up for this one. Let me see. Exit stage left, if you will. Phoenix, Arizona, all day, every day. The 602. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Are you out of your mind? It's Apple Snapple. Follow the creator. Thank you. Highly appreciate that. I've never got to see one of these. Right, Sierra. Liz, thank you for the follow. Avondale, Arizona. Yes, sir. Much love from Canada. Is this just court? Yeah, this is just court right now. Keep tapping. Because if you're tapping, you must be not napping. Yes, sir. Hello, what's up, Leslie _ 2018. Thank you for that, lovely B. Hey, Tisha, thank you for the share. I got traumatized with seeing nada. Hello from Houston, Texas. Let me see. Bluma, thank you for the share. Erica, thank you for that heart. Let me see, Erica. All right.
No, he needs to come in. I haven't called this case yet. That's Mr. Edminger. If you'll please come into the courtroom.
All right. Hey, let me, who sent me that? Kirsten, thank you for that. Highly appreciate that. It's 10:37. Hey, where's this guy going? Come on, what do you think you're walking into your house?
Hello, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Felix Ensminger, 12/22/87.
You are here today because you have a violation of probation. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on April 9th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $4,000. If you are able to post bond, you do need to make sure that you attend your court date. If you fail to appear for your court date, any bond that you post would be forfeited, a warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bonds would be imposed. That takes care of my advisement to you. If you have no questions for me, you will step to your left. The officer will give you your paperwork.
So the 4,000, is that cash only or is that 10%?
10%.
So 400. Okay. Well, thank you. Great.
She didn't say.
Well, I guess go ahead and have a seat inside and someone will bring you your paperwork.
Okay.
Mr. Johnson, will you please come into the courtroom?
She didn't say what he did, but he's obviously done something in his past. Oh, no, not Ashley. Ashley Stenson is coming in. Oh, guys.
Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Adam Johnson, 12/24/85.
You were here on a new case. You were charged with 3 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor child, a Class 2 felony. Another 3 counts of sexual exploitation of a minor, a Class 2 felony, and 3 counts of unlawful videotaping or recording a person, a Class 5 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of the counts. I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on April 8th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 10th at 8:30. You have a cash-only bond in the amount of $100,000. If you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services with electronic monitoring. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot have any contact with any minors. You are prohibited from accessing the internet, except for, the only exception would be for work. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that are issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot live in the same residence as the victim, even if you are the owner or renter of the residence. Failure to comply with the no contact order would result in you getting charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or to appear for your court days would result in any bond that you post being forfeited. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond would be imposed. So that takes care of everything that I have to advise you of. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your guest, go into the room and somebody will hand you your orders.
Ashley's here.
Oh, I did not realize. Yes, I'm so sorry, Ms. Stetson. I did not know you were appearing. Sorry. So we'll hold for a moment. Would you like to state your appearance?
Yes, Your Honor. Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
And do you want to be heard on release conditions?
No, Your Honor. The state was requesting that bond be set in the amount of $100,000 with the conditions that Your Honor already ordered. So no additional conditions or request on bail.
Ashley's
Thank you.
She's the district attorney.
Did you want to make a record of any sort?
Your Honor, the state would just make a record that the allegations in this case or that the suspect was involved with communications with individuals on the internet. He did distribute child sexual abuse material. Some of that CSAM was alleged to be a minor family member that the suspect is currently residing with who is under the age of 18, Your Honor. Those pictures do involve that minor victim being naked. Those pictures are alleged to have been taken via a smoke detector with a camera in the minor's bathroom. So for those reasons, that's why the state was requesting the $100,000. Additionally, Your Honor, there was information on the Form 4 regarding a possible prior arrest of the suspect when he was a juvenile that did raise concerns for the state. The state doesn't know if Your Honor saw that, but the state would bring that to Your Honor's attention as well. Thank you.
Thank you. So I am just affirming the prior order previously stated on the record. Mr. Johnson, if you would step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. So I have some house calls, but I don't have any information regarding why they are house calls. So I'm going to start with Ms. Lopez.
Wood chipper.
Ms. Lopez is not following orders, Your Honor, and ID, and within an area she was not supposed to be in.
All I think about
and what about Mr. Boutot?
He was taken out of the courtroom, Your Honor, for not following orders as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, before you begin, can the state be excused?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you may. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
That's okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Kathia Lopez, date of birth, November 25th, 1994. She is here on a grand jury warrant and a warrant for failing to appear for a court date. 3 warrants for failing to appear for a court date. She is not present in court due to non-compliant behaviors. On her grand jury warrant, she was charged with 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. The date of the alleged offenses is July 24th, 2024. I did appoint an attorney to represent her in this matter. She will have an arraignment hearing on. She will have an arraignment hearing on.
Good luck.
April 9th of 2020. 5 at 8:30. The grand jury bond in the amount of $1,000 is affirmed. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. I just realized I'm getting information that this
we'll
that she's not
90 because we just lost one right now.
That she's not bondable.
Flush, if you will.
Let me do a little bit of research here.
I'm crying over a toilet. Give her one more flush for good measure.
So she is not bondable because she was on felony.
Hey, what up,
release.
Chicale? Where you been at, man? Bye, Felicia. Yeah, I am on white
at
team,
the time,
if you will. I love the prices wrong. We'll go ahead and give that viewer one. I've never done this for a viewer, but
she was on felony release at the time that this offense occurred. So we're going to need to set a evidentiary hearing for her.
Stop it! I can't hear nothing. You are the weakest link.
Yep.
Hey, thank you, Pix, for buying that subscription, if you will. Priceless. Oh, well, she did give us a good laugh. Hey, Kimberly's laughing, and Irene. You up late, if you will. No deal. No deal. I'm in tears. Follow and tap the screen. Free 99, not a scam. She was the first one to complain, right? Let me subscribe for good measure. Hey, thank you, Sierra. Highly appreciate it. Can't believe there's some people. Just purchase an auto renewal subscription. Hey, thank you, Kirsten. Highly appreciate that. Too many Karens. Less is more. Yeah. I'm giving this stuff away for free. Come on now. Like, man, come on now. To be or not to be. It's hilarious, right, Maria? I am flushing my toilet at home in solidarity for James. Hey, you're a real one, Lord. You are a real
she
one.
She will have an arraignment hearing on April 9th at 8:30 and an evidentiary hearing on April 9th at 1:30. I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. I hit violation of probation. Felony release. Sorry.
Right now? Nah, they just finished right now.
She is OCCS for the attorney.
Okay.
Sharissa, thank you for the
Okay.
like. Tisha, thank you for the like. She said exit the runway. What's the craziest case today? Well, there was a few today, man.
Ms. Lopez has 3 warrants for failing to appear. On one matter, she's been appointed an attorney to represent her already in all 3 matters. On one matter, she will have a status conference hearing on April 10th at 8:30. She has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000. And then in another matter, she has a status conference hearing on April 10th at 8:30 with a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. And the last one, again, status conference hearing on April 10th at 8:30 with a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000.
Florida second degree. The what? Oh, I missed that one, Brittany.
Ms. Lopez will be advised against attempting to pay her bond until after she has her evidentiary hearing to determine whether determine the bond issue in her new matter. I will talk to Ms. Lopez. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing.
Hey, Razo A, have a good one.
Mr. Eric got out. Date of birth, July 1st, 1981. Is not able to participate in person due to non-compliant behavior. He is here on 1 new case and 3 warrants. On the new case, he was charged with 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass, a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause as to both offenses. I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He will have a status conference hearing on April 17th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on April 21st at 8:30. He will be released to pretrial services. Then he has a warrant from University Lakes Justice Court. An attorney was not appointed to him because due to the nature of the offense, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel. He will have an arraignment hearing on April 22nd at 1:30, and the court is inclined to release him on his own recognizance. Then out of his warrant for Santan Justice Court, again, due to the nature of the offense, he is not entitled to court-appointed counsel. He does have an arraignment hearing on April 22nd at 9 a.m., and the court is inclined to release him on his own recognizance in that matter. And then he has another warrant out of Santan Justice Court, and he did not get appointed an attorney because he's not entitled to one due to the nature of the charge. He has an arraignment hearing on April 22nd at 9 o'clock. And again, the court is inclined to release him on his own recognizance. He will be advised that if he fails to appear for his court dates, a warrant will be issued for his arrest and a bond will be imposed. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes our 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar, and we stand in recess until 11 p.m.
Damn, there was a lot of house calls. Hey, man. Hey, I do appreciate you guys. And if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. What's up? Let me get to the creator, whatever the hell it is. I need in on that. I need in. I work at a prison in Florida, and we recently had that lady that left her husband in the suitcase. What? That's bananas. Hey, thank you for that rose, Angel Delight. Wait, are you leaving? Yeah, I gotta head out now. I gotta put my daughter to sleep. It's her bedtime right now. But there is one more court at 11 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you for the Lisa. Thank you for the follow. Highly appreciate it. We were done with the bond. Reaper Ashley missed the last call. Yup. Yeah, she was gone like the wind. Anyhow, you back tomorrow. Mandatory. Hey, I'm gonna be here till Friday. Well, we're Wednesday, so 2 more. You guys got 2 more days of me. But I gotta work on the weekend, so I won't be here on the weekend. But I'll be here till then. If you are in the UK, we call PDF. No, I can't. Nonsense. Oh, nonsense. That's what I'm reading it. Meaning not of normal criminal etiquette. Okay, I might have to pick that up right there. Gotta take a picture of that because I'll probably forget. Meaning not of normal criminal etiquette. All right, see you tomorrow. If you will, we appreciate you. Hey, like I said, if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. We're very close. We're like at the finish line. I was gonna make a video today, but I forgot what it was about, so I can't make it anymore. Anyhow, hey, I do appreciate everybody. I know your time is important. You guys could be watching anybody and everybody. You guys could just swipe up and bam, I'm gone like the wind. We're gone like a bad habit. Hey, have a good one. Have a good night, Señorita Pocahontas. Hey, good night, Tita. Hey, buenas noches, Eric Martinez. Let me see. Hey, I am Collect Call James, and you are watching. You have a Collect Call From. And just to let you guys know, I got a Twitch account too at Collect Call From too. I'm streaming on YT, on TT. And now on the other T. And I'm probably going to set up a Kick account. I just got to get another phone or something to set that stream up. Hello, I'm new, and I like your... Hey, thank you, Bulma. Highly appreciate it. Anyhow, hey, I got to go ahead and get going. You guys have a good night, all right? And I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call. Yup, I am. You got a Collect Call From. Anyways, like I say, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, I'm out. A rato. See you mañana.